Hey, what's up, people? Piz Al here, and I'm going to talk to you guys about the newly released film, Beyond the Gates. This is the DVD release of the film from the fine folks over at Umbrella Entertainment. And just take a look at that artwork there. This artwork was one of many things that got me really excited for Beyond the Gates. This artwork is very 80s, it's very Lucio Fulci. You've got a VHS tape down here, you've got the lovely Barbara Crampton up here. What's not to love? And then when I heard what the movie was about, I was sold. Now, Beyond the Gates is about these two brothers. They grew up in a video store. Their parents owned a video store. Now, for anybody like me who spent a good chunk of their lives in the video store in the mid to late 80s and 90s, that was a dream come true. Talk about paradise. Of course, the brothers now, they've grown up, they went on their separate ways, they've come back together to basically shut the video store down. Video stores, of course, have gone the way of the gun, so they're boxing it all up, and they're also trying to find clues as to what happened to their father. Their father mysteriously disappeared. Along the way, they discover a VHS board game called Beyond the Gates. They put the video in the VCR, they open up the game board, Barbara Crampton pops on screen, and all hell breaks loose. Now, Beyond the Gates is definitely a retro-inspired, nostalgia-steeped kind of movie. And now we've all seen movies like this, movies that are definitely retro-inspired, that are playing on our nostalgia. And you can have the right color palette to a movie. You can have the right synth music on the score to give it that certain look, that certain feel. But it's all about the execution. And while Beyond the Gates has some moments in it that definitely for anybody like me who grew up in the video store will make you nostalgic for those days, the overall execution is way, way off. There's two major flaws with Beyond the Gate. The first major flaw is they take this awesome premise. This movie has a great idea behind it, and they essentially do nothing with it. They seem to have so much to work with just based on the plot of this film, and they do really nothing with it. They create just really a storyline that is just not compelling in the least. There's opportunities to create suspense and tension. They don't take it that far. There's way too much dialogue. There's way too much sort of drama going on in the film. The other big flaw of the movie are the characters. There's three main characters in this film. You've got the two brothers. You've got one brother who seemingly is with it. He has it together. He has a future, a career, a girlfriend, etc. You have the other brother who is more or less a ne'er-do-well, a drifter, somebody who just does odd jobs to make ends meet. The movie alludes to the fact that he may have been in and out of trouble with the law. So you've got the classic tale of the two brothers who followed very different paths in life. They come back together years later, and of course, they butt heads. The problem is both of these characters have absolutely no substance. The brother who is seemingly with it and has it together, the movie wants you to like him. The movie wants you to root for him. However, it's like they put him in a gunfight and gave him a knife. He just doesn't have the tools. The character just doesn't have the tools to be compelling, to make the viewer want to root for him or to make the viewer like him. He's really a dull character. The other brother, really all we know about him, the only substance to him is that he's a ne'er-do-well. And even their relationship, when they're butting heads, it just doesn't feel genuine. There's nothing compelling there. You have the with it guy's girlfriend who's just kind of there to be there. You've got Barbara Crampton who does what she can with what little she has. She's not in the movie all that much. She is definitely a much needed breath of fresh air when she is in the film. However, so you have dull characters, you have a dull storyline, and it all comes together to just make a very dry, dull, uncompelling 80-minute movie, which is really unfortunate because this was a great idea. This was a great plot, and they just sort of fumbled it. They mismanaged it. I'm not sure if it's a flaw from a filmmaking point of view, a storytelling point of view, from a budgetary point of view. Maybe it's a little bit of both. I'm not entirely sure, but overall, Beyond the Gates, I can't recommend it. Even though it's got some moments in it, like I said, for those of us who grew up in the video stores of the video store era, you'll definitely find some nostalgia value there. Overall, it's just not a compelling movie, unfortunately. They have a great idea here. There's a seed for a great idea. Unfortunately, it sprouted just a weed, just a little weed. That is my thoughts on Beyond the Gates. As far as the extras on this DVD, we've got 2 audio commentaries. We've got an audio commentary with director, co-writer Jackson Stewart and production assistant Dan Fisk. We've also got an audio commentary with Jackson Stewart and cast Chase Williamson, Brea Grant, and Graham Skipper. We've got a behind-the-scenes featurette where the director and the writer talk about the genesis of the film, creating the storyline, etc., etc. And we've also got a trailer for the movie on here as well. But yeah, it's my thoughts on Beyond the Gate. This is the DVD release from the fine folks over at Umbrella Entertainment. I'll put a link to Umbrella's website in the description. Go check them out. If you've seen Beyond the Gates, please let me know what you thought of it down in the comments section below. If you liked the video, please leave it a thumbs up. If you're not following me on social media, those links are in the description. They're also right around here. As always, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care, and until next time, peace. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.